What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to look at my top 5 games releasing in 2025 still. So if you didn't watch the past video, I actually just did an insanely long one on every game, every single game coming out from now to the end of the year that I'm excited for, but no ranking. So if you want to skip the longer one, say, hey, I want a ranking video, something a little bit shorter, you've come to the right place. I'm just going to condense it down. Now, what I want to give a quick shout out. I just jotted some on a piece of paper here, and then I started to rank them 1 through 5, but I have a couple honorable mentions that I do feel are worth mentioning. And this is on top of like 30 games that are coming, 30 plus games. So if you don't see your favorite game on here, chances are I'm still interested in it, and I might still get it and cover it on the channel. So a couple honorable mentions: Metal Gear Solid Delta. It's one that I wanted to put in the top 5, but thought, well, it's a remake. I think it's going to be an elite remake, but yeah, I wanted to try to do like new experiences, right? Something we've really never seen before in this top 5. Ninja Gaiden 4 is another one. Kind of a new age Ninja Gaiden fan. I mean, I've played some back in the day, but not a whole lot. But I'm reinvigorated. I'm ready to jump in. Can't wait for Ragebound. That's on the overall list, but not here. But Ninja Gaiden 4 is one that I super can't wait for. And then Chronos is another one. Chronos: The New Dawn from Bloober Team. Just hoping that they can nail it. If they can do a Silent Hill with this and have 2 really big hits back to back, that would be awesome. And there's a lot of potential there. It's just not, I don't know if it's like full-on guarantee, right? And then Metroid Prime 4, a little Nintendo action for the Nintendo fans out there. I do care. I do cover Nintendo stuff here and there, but no, that's a big one. That's one I've been waiting for a very long time, and that's a day one get, okay? That one's probably pretty close. That'd be like 6 or 7, I think, on my list. All right, top 5. Number 5 might surprise you, but let's start there. Number 5, I'm putting Dispatch. So this is a game made from some former Telltale employees. I always just go back to like that original trailer, and you see like scribbled on like the piece of paper or whatever it was, like the original Tales from the Borderlands. He's like, the new one is complete garbage, and it's just, I don't know, it seems to have a little bit of a joy to it, a little bit fun, and the demo is playable. I actually played the demo and just recorded myself playing it. Fun little thing. I think that's the potential. There's a lot of potential with Dispatch. I love episodic, choose your own adventure stuff, choice-based things. Now with this game in particular though, there's quite a bit more, because there's like some heavy gameplay element, I guess, to it. It's still kind of pointing and clicking, but it's still gameplay. When you have to send out, when you're actually a dispatcher, right? And you're sending out these heroes to things that need their attention, and you kind of have to mix and match what they're good at and what the situation calls for, and make quick decisions there, as well as, again, like choose your own option thing. So I think it's going to be really neat. I think that gameplay element is very different and something that we've never gotten from Telltale or Don't Nod or Deck 9 or any of these. So, that element's kind of brand new. And then, the visual style pops out at me, the story and the characters and the actors. I think they got a good cast. I'm very hopeful they can tell just a really fun, and I mean, honestly, a Telltale type game would mean it's got that soul and that heart, right? So it's going to have some sort of emotion on top of being like a fun time, funny, right? All those kind of elements combined. So super excited for this one. Number 4, I'm putting Crimson Desert, and this is a big one. This could be one of the better games of the year if done well, and there's still a lot of proving, I guess, this game has to, I guess every game has to prove it, right? When they come out, but I've loved everything we've seen about this game for a very, very long time. I have a very long time viewer of the channel in DJ Steph that has talked this game up long before me. I had forgotten it existed, and I would say now for about 2 or so years, I've been totally in on anything that game shows. So I am very, very excited for this game. It looks very ambitious, and most of the previews have been good. There have been some like worrying ones, so we'll see how it is at the end of the day, but I'm hoping for the best and hoping it can be like a truly special, big, open world, and it's mixing a lot of different stuff. You're expecting this story, you're expecting these big boss fights and this gameplay to be quite cool, and I don't know, there's been a lot of different comparisons to a lot of different games. We'll see what it, again, turns out to be at the very end, but again, I think done well, if everything comes together, I think this would be a Game of the Year contender, if everything can actually work. Number 3, I'm putting Mafia The Old Country. So when I'm recording this, I have replayed Mafia 1 and 2. I'm actually about to go into 3 like today or tomorrow. So I'm back into the old-timey, open world game that this is. And no, I'm very excited for Mafia The Old Country. And then playing the old ones gets me excited too. Look, the things that these games have always done so well at and are really the main thing, I would say, is story, characters, and setting. setting, right? Putting you in that wherever it might be. So obviously this one pretty darn different, pretty excited for where it's set. And again, I guess actually going even back, even further in time than what we've gotten with 1, 2, and 3. And again, those stories and characters, I mean, that's been the secret sauce of the game. I mean, there's been a feel to it, right? Where it's like, you're not the greatest marksman as Tommy in the first game, or, the cars have a specific feel in really all 3. But again, I guess replaying 1 and 2 so recently, 1 and 2, you feel like you're in that era. So it has a lot going for it. It's going to be, as we know from this game, it's not going to be the biggest game of all time. It'll probably be more of a Mafia 1 and 2 where it's 6 to 10 hours versus a Mafia 3 where it's 20, 30, 40 hours. So I'm excited for that. Quality over quantity doesn't mean you can't make a big game, but again, I really want the gameplay to be exactly what it needs to be, to have the story and characters be first and foremost and probably the most important thing, right? I'm very much looking forward to it. Number 2, I'm putting Silent Hill F. This is something that has just looked so good to me, and I feel like this is probably one of the most divisive games, not just even in my top 5 or a top 10, but probably just like in terms of games coming out this year. I mean, I don't know, I've seen so many people, whether they're super hardcore Silent Hill fans that are just very picky and they kind of go away from some and are gravitated towards others, or just kind of the wider audience as well. I mean, Silent Hill is a polarizing mixed game that's not always going to work, and I don't know, I'm caught into it. I love Silent Hill 2 Remake, and I really think this is a chance for, like, the franchise is back. I think you could probably safely say it, but it's back only in certain areas. Like, they tried that short message, and I actually kind of liked it. That was a controversial take of mine. I didn't mind that game at all. I mean, it was like a 2-hour free-to-play thing, so whatever. You had that. Silent Hill 2. So, okay, you've proved you can do a couple things, but Silent Hill F, all right, this is a main one. You know what I mean? Fresh from the ground up. This is not a remake of an old one. They're going for it here, and it feels a little samey and also feels radically different, and I think that's where the polarizing stuff comes, right? It's like, okay, well, is the story going to land? Is the gameplay? We saw a little bit of the gameplay, and the gameplay is weird. The gameplay is not just weird, it's different than other Silent Hill games, which are already different from other games in general, right? Which makes it kind of odd. This game is either like a top 3 or your most anticipated game, or it's not on the list at all. And I genuinely think that. I mean, you guys can let me know in the comments. Is Silent Hill on your list, or is it completely not on your list? It's one of the two, and it's probably very high if it is. That's just the type of game it is. And obviously you see it on my list. This is something that I'm very, very pumped for. And right before Halloween, I love games that come out late September. I mean, October is the Halloween month, but I think they got close enough. And then number 1, and I will say it was a little bit of a back and forth between Silent Hill and this one, but I got to put Ghost of Yotei. I think Ghost of Yotei pretty, at the end of the day, it pulls away. I just have to remind myself, and like, again, when I'm recording this, maybe even when this video goes up, this is before the PlayStation Direct July thing. So I imagine I'm going to get more excited for it when I see more of it. This is purely like, I guess, confidence in Sucker Punch. I'm just reminding myself, like, for as much as you might not think of Yotei all that much right now, you think of Tsushima and you say, they nailed it. They know what they're doing. And that doesn't mean they have to nail this one. Like, you could be good 5 years ago and not good now. But I just want to believe, and I mean, look, Sucker Punch has been consistent for an incredibly long time. They made my favorite franchise of all time in Sly Cooper. Infamous is one of my favorites. They did that. And then Ghost of Tsushima. So you could very much argue, I would argue, they've been good for like 25 years. They've really never gone, I mean, Second Son maybe. They kind of ended Infamous not on the strongest note, but generally they make good games at worst, if not like generational games. So I think they're going to do it. And again, this is all kind of hope. This is all I'm expecting, like the jump from Tsushima. It's going to feel samey, I think, to a fair degree, but you hope that they can improve it where they feel it needs to make improvements, right? But again, I mean, this is even before the Direct. I mean, you show me 20 minutes of this game and I might be even more excited about it. So this is, I think it's safe to say, and I think in the beginning of the year, I put this game where I had like Doom, I had Claire Obscure, I had Death Stranding. I had some games in the top 5, top 10. I think Ghost of Yotei was there as well. So now, a lot of the games have cleared out. We only got 6 months left, actually a little bit less at this point, and Ghost finds its way at number 1. So let me know your top 5 or your top 10. Go crazy in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.